It was just a typical Forsaken night. Too much liquor, and my unconscious body sprawling across the desk. What a sight. Fortunately, there was no one to see it. No one who cared. Alive, at least. Once a superstar detective, now a society's deadweight. Relic rotting in a world of cyber geezers. Losing work to AUGs, hackers, and robocops. No jobs, no money, no friends. It could have been worse, I lied to myself. At least I didn't sell my soul to some cybernetic mumbo-jumbo. But Lady Death was already at my doorstep. I could feel it in my gut. All I had to do is wait a little longer. My head. The Solcent specialty of the pit. 1 part sweet mushrooms, 1 part kick from a disgruntled mule, and 98 parts industrial alcohol. Though it won't make life any easier, it'll fall more agreeably than most other things. The bottle was almost empty. I needed a refill from the scray, if I can scratch up some creds, that is. Just come tomorrow, will you? New messages. None. New job inquiries. None. Pleasant surprises. None. The only thing of interest was the scandalous and tragic local news, with the saucy headlines. Cyber investigators impaled on the job. Always wondered who came up with these bonds mots. All the journalistic babble distilled, it said that 3 upper crust investigators had been impaled at the Tresh Corner early this morning. I decided to add this to my daily stroll route. I wondered, what were the odds they all tripped and impaled themselves at the same time? Or maybe there was something more sinister involved. I slid open the drawer on the right side of my desk. Long use had worn the handle to welcome my fingers. What at first glance looked like a rat's nest was actually a pile of overdue bills and eviction notices. They'd make a nice fire starter. I shifted the papers around to see if they were hiding anything interesting. Something solid and heavy slammed against the inside of the drawer.
Easy, fuckface.
A familiar voice spoke inside my head.
Familiar? Now that's just slow. First you leave the hottest Spartan you ever could have dreamed of for another broad, and now this? So damn it, Cooper. If she was such a good partner, she'd stay, like me. But I'm a forgiving type, so here's an offer. Take me for a ride, like you once did, you pathetic sob. Wield me like the majestic, badass, death-dealing tool should be wielded. Own it!
I shoved the papers aside to get a better look. It was my old service weapon. A TT-88. Automatic. Black as the underworld's basement.
What did you expect? A tiny girl living in your desk drawer?
I holstered her. I could use the company. Cells of my palm celebrated the reunion with the lost phantom limb.
Oh, yes. I'm thirsty, Daddy.
Let's get you a drink then.
Those are the words a girl longs to hear.
A truly horrific necktie was hanged around my ceiling fan. I had just a single photo of my Carmen. No idea who transmitted the radio signal, but it was darn good. A mountain of muscle, fat, and jerry-rigged utility-class Augs burst through my office door. He was monstrous, almost grotesque. His breath? Whew, even more so. I didn't take any chances. I drew my gun. Stay right there, and let me see those hands.
Please, no shoot, Mr. Cooper. Boss say no guns.
Let's be civilized here, Johnny boy. This isn't gang turf anymore. We've got protocols to follow.
You broke into my apartment. That means I can shoot you where you stand.
Less talking, more shooting.
Technically, it's not your apartment if you don't pay the tax.
Technically, if I riddle you with lead, there's no one to collect the taxes, so...
Let's keep it civilized, Johnny boy, okay?
You call breaking and entering civilized?
As I mentioned, it's not actually yours anymore, and protocol says that after an hour of knocking, we are obliged to break in and provide first aid, or arrange post-mortem recycling, depending.
Keep running your mouth, and it's me who'll be doing the recycling. And I might not wait until you're dead.
Hey, I don't like it either, but it's not my fault you don't have an honest job or that you're behind on your taxes. You got yourself into this, my friend. Now be a man and face the consequences. Don't take it out on a couple of working stiffs.
Oh, he liked it.
It's time to show them the old dance moves, partner. Separate the men from the red spatter on the walls.
You can't be serious. This is the pit, not some old-timey western.
Time to dish out the lead. Who's hungry?
The big guy was jacked head to foot with cyber enhancements, but he still couldn't dodge a bullet. Then again, my beef wasn't with that lummox, strictly speaking.
He's the bigger threat, though.
Buzz, on the other hand, that clown was really working my nerves.
Yes, one bullet might not drop the big guy, but let's give Buzz a gift he'll never forget. You what?
My piece coughed. Time stood still. Without hesitation, the oaf came at me like a speeding train. And you know what? I embraced it. The pain, the darkness. It was what I deserved.
You're right about that, pansy.
always remember the day when she waltzed into my office. She sat into the armchair. I leaned to light her cigarette. Sweet tobacco filling the air.
I have a job for you, Detective.
7 sweet words looping in my mind. Forever.
I have a job for you, Detective.
I woke in pain to a breathtaking view. Across from my desk sat the smoothest, longest, most scantily clad pair of legs I'd ever dreamed of. Wearing a dress fashioned from a ridiculously luminous, scarlet as sin, out-of-this-world material. Mind-numbingly beautiful, perched in my chair like she owned the place.
I have a job for you, Detective.
I took my time as her lips twitched with annoyance. She wasn't a patient woman. Who are you? And where'd you pick up that line?
For the sake of this conversation, you can call me D.
I can respect privacy. Miss D it is. What can I do for you, Miss D?
I appreciate it. As I've said, I have a job for you.
I'm, neck deep in debts. I could use a job. I just need to take care of some loose ends.
I made sure that your troubles with local tax collectors and their apish enforcers go away forever. I've also taken the liberty to pay all of your outstanding bills.
I knew exactly what that meant. I've survived worse.
I'm giving you an opportunity. It's not easy negotiating with local law enforcement, especially when one of them has been threatened with a gun. Luckily, they like creds much more than their pride. If I didn't intervene, you'd wake up in jail, or worse.
A suicide mission. I'm listening.
Your reputation precedes you. Do this right, and you can have your peace. Until then, I own you.
One last job before she takes me away. I'm all ears, Miss D. What's the job?
A girl is missing. I want you to find her.
A zoo visit for the rich uppers.
Yes, she is curious about savage beasts like you.
Tell me about this girl.
Her name is Lucy, a Class A+ citizen, 7 years old.
Wow. You didn't say she was only a kid. What was she doing out here alone?
7 decimal years. That's the equivalent of chronological 19. In fact, it was her 19th birthday.
How do I find her?
Here's a photo, reconstructed moments before she went off the grid.
She leaned forward to slide a picture onto the table. A standard, spoiled, rich upper-cruster kid with green eyes and pearly white teeth, foolishly smiling, with no clue where she's going. Synthesized hair color, matched the iridescent blue of her oversized hood atop a pine green bolero. Behind her, fragment reconstruction showed 3 young men messing around and laughing. Probably her friends. They were on a metro train that took them to the end of the world. That was the place to start the investigation. Who is she to you? A daughter? Sister?
Arcology is no longer family-based, but she is as precious.
How does it work then?
When they turn 1 decimal time year old, they all go to prep school. There, they are supervised and guided by professionals to reach their best potential. At the age of 7, the age of majority, they have a month off before specialization and deployment.
Deployment?
To their professional careers, usually off-world.
Sounds like a very cold world they live in.
It's much more efficient, both for children and parents.
Efficiency isn't everything. What about the parents' love?
You mean hormonal responses? It's all chemistry, easily replaced with pills. Trust me, they never feel alone.
Next time you stop by, bring me a few of those love pills.
They would destroy your charming demeanor.
Huh. Was that a compliment? Her friends, did they return?
They came back at 021 hours. They were severely intoxicated and immediately placed in intensive care. They're in no state to be interrogated, so they're pretty much useless. If they do reveal any crucial information, I'll make sure you get it. But don't rely on that. You live in the Sentinel-forsaken pit, after all.
I thought you uppers had a bigger budget for this kind of emergency.
We do. The best bullsec security was deployed moments after she went off the grid. That was at 9:10. Find out what happened to them.
I decided to confirm it in person before making any assumptions.
They haven't reported in yet. We suspect something happened to them. That's why we decided to hire a local. Find them. They might have discovered something.
Just one thing.
I'll indulge you, but only one.
My gun.
Of course. Take me! Shoot her, now! Go ahead, shoot me. This body is a Bion. But I warn you.
She sat there, unflinching. I bet there was a team of technicians, nurses, and tactical wizards up in arcology, already planning to make my life a literal hell if I empty the clip in her Bion. The temptation was great, but my newfound respect made me spare her.
Your newfound what? The fuck?
I holstered the gun.
Pansy! Now, do we have a deal?
I guess I've got no other choice but to get to work then. You know I don't come cheap.
Of course you don't. I transferred the funds to your account. It should be enough to cover your expenses while you search. Do this job right, and you might even get a bonus.
I needed a drink. And fast. The metro station. Huh. This is where Lucy landed in the pit. All I need to figure out is what happened after that. The locals refurbished it into some kind of tourist trap. A welcoming destination for uppers, with a bunch of shops and a bona fide info kiosk. Back in the day, this was actually one of the liveliest stops on the line. Workers from the flats swarmed here, traveling to a brighter tomorrow. Then it all came to an abrupt halt. People became homeless overnight. Ambitions were eradicated in favor of survival. The station itself became a warren for lost causes. Well, at least it's not a drug den anymore. Ugh. Travel agency enticing tourists with its moldy walls and soggy brochures. It seemed like a promising place to look for clues. The welcoming committee, though. Good soul, buddy. Do you welcome all your customers like that?
Huh? What? What's wrong with you? Bate, I'm having ruchak.
That meant lunch in local patois. I can respect that. But this rancid stuff? Is it even locally sourced?
What? Bate, just fuck off, okay? It's good fucking meat.
You get that from Jim's place? Wait, no. Even Jim has standards. He'd never sell that. What's it called?
It's kolenica, bro, and a fucking good one. Not that printed shit with hormones.
Yeah, keep telling yourself that. I still can't even see the tiniest bit of natural fat there.
That's because kolenica isn't supposed to. What the fuck do you even want, bro?
Upper girl's gone missing. Here's the pic. You seen her or not?
Nah, some freelancer must have grabbed them.
Freelancer?
Yeah, those assholes who take the upper to Inferno, or whichever club they have a deal with. Fuck them fancy bastards. They dress all nice and steal the uppers from us working people.
Because a cranky, greased-up pity is a better option?
Haha, fuck you. Just wait until some parasite steals your job.
Deep down, the notion of someone else choosing to be a detective in the pit warmed my heart. I would pity the bastard, of course.
You done, Bate? Come on, let me eat in peace already.
Sure. Best of luck in the crapper later on, by the way. Be seeing ya.
Yeah.
Bootleg perfumes, synthetic tobacco, and any combination of the two. A rabbit hole of suspicious wares was calling to me.
Ah, hello. Welcome to my cart of wonders. Quality is always recognized.
Ah,
My friend, let me first interest you in my quality wares. You smoke, yes? I have some nice pre-rolled homemade tobaccos, sole grown on the Cloud Islands. Special shipment, yes. I give it to you for a special price of 20 creds per box. I have a very special shipment of tobaccos just for you. Sole-grown, pre-rolled, homemade, straight from Cloud Islands. Special price today only, 20 creds for a box.
His relentless verbal bombardment was more than my brain could process. Thanks. I'm well stocked for now.
Ah, you don't know what you're missing, my friend. Need something else? Perfumes, some clothes, fancy old analog watches maybe?
Not really. At least not right now. Let's focus on something else.
Ah, but that's not how this thing works, brother. Come on, scratch my back and I'll scratch yours. It will be fun.
Yeah, I'll scratch this moron's back real good.
Look, brother, I'm usually all over that haggling game, but today, all I need is some intel. I'm looking for a missing upper girl, and if I don't find her, you might be looking at some frowning bullsec faces here in the very near future.
Bullsecks?
You know how they deal with peddlers of questionable goods?
Okay, brother, okay. Damn it. What do you need to know?
Give me something substantial, and you'll have a customer for life. That's a promise. Though I made no promises about the length of that life. This is the missing upper girl I'm looking for. Name's Lucy. Take a good look. Guza was a real method actor, but when he saw the photo, the shrewd trader facade slid off his face like a buttered pancake.
Ah, yes. She was kind, friendly, curious. She sampled many perfumes. I tried to sell her best ones. Make her happy, you know?
And the best actor in this episodic series award goes to anyone but this asshole.
She ended up choosing some old bootleg garbage. The last bottle I forgot I even had.
Did she say anything about their plans or where they were going?
She said she really likes it here and wants to learn everything about this place. Can you imagine?
I'm gonna have to try. Anything else? Who is she with?
Sorry, brother. There was a lot of traffic that night. I have to keep an eye on my wares, or they wander away on their own. You know how it is.
Yeah, sure. Thanks.
I gave you a sample. Now you give something back. Gujan continues to provide for his customers because once they've tried the highest quality, they always come back.
Fair trade, Guza. Here's your 20 creds.
Deal. Can I help you with anything else, brother?
Later, Guza.
You know where to find me, brother. I assure you, you'll find no better deals anywhere in the pit. See you later.
I thought there was no easy way to describe the wretchedness of life in the pit. But these two creatures, they epitomized it.
Hello, my friend. Brad Moy. Come. Buy umbrella. Come on. It's tripping outside. Like our prices. Real cheap, like you won't believe, yeah?
A defeated man, sad and bitter. He couldn't sell an umbrella in a dome city with non-stop condensation issues. Huh. Imagine if we were showered with real rain for a change. Just another relic of a bygone era, I guess.
funny accent, like from old movies. You actor?
Hey there, pretty man. Very handsome. Wanna come in? Have good times with your Savitsa?
Savisa, come on. I'm standing right here.
The wife was obviously a retro freak, like me. Everything else about her was, disturbing.
Oh, Mazel. You know I have no choice. You haven't sold an umbrella for a week. It's not that I enjoy having to charm this handsome man. Wink, wink.
Did you just say wink, wink?
Woo! That Bion model is made for one thing and one thing only. Turkey stuffing. Woo! That Bion model is made for one thing and one thing only. Turkey stuffing.
A rare treat, I have to admit. The screamy salesman began sweating so profusely, he could have clogged the sewers all on his own. I mean, she's making some compelling arguments, Mazo. Questions first, though.
Yeah. Let's get done with the boring part. What you need, honey?
Savisa,
This is the upper girl I'm looking for. Seen her?
Oh, poor girl. Looks so happy to be here. If she knew it would be your end.
Okay, let's not jump to any conclusions just yet.
I bet she would love to buy one of my newest umbrellas.
Mazo! Fuck your umbrellas. That girl might be dead. This scuck is just begging for an umbrella. Up his ass!
Calm down. We don't know what happened to her yet. See you around, Detective.
Come by anytime.
Leave alone. It'll be fine.
Huh? I could have sworn I heard a strange mumbling noise from a dark corner nearby. Like someone cheerfully singing while being choked. I squinted in the direction of the creepy voice and discovered what looked like a makeshift hobo shelter, cobbled together from faded guide placards and disintegrating leaflets.
My sweet sees a lot of girls. Is she pretty?
My legs nearly gave out. Huh. Where are you, buddy? Come on out, let's talk. Patched up tuxedo, funny cap, teeth growing all around its cheeks, and dark gaping holes where the eyes should have been. It tried its best to appear friendly, but I stepped back in disgust. I'll be honest, I didn't expect this.
It's good. Well, it's a really good friend to have.
It was hideous, unbearable, tragic, and twisted. But I hadn't heard that kind of old-fashioned honesty in ages. I decided to trust him. Okay, I really want to know. What the hell happened with your face and what, everything else?
I do explain, boss. No, so first. Crystallization. And of course, with the condition where my trick is from.
A bunch of fancy words to hide the common denominator. Violence. Who did this to you?
Wow. Cyberpunk, you was. Read my little like a book you did. Let's just say not to folks well. Excited to see my little sweat up here. We'll leave it to that hello, boss.
We definitely shall. Sorry for prying.
Won't be. My little sectors or whatever he meets someone as deserved as you.
I wouldn't hold too hard to that assessment if I were you. How exactly did you see girls? There don't seem to be any eyes in your head.
Boss. The vessel has no sight, but what it does. Let him take a look below.
I believed him. After all, I wasn't even sure if those were eye sockets or a friggin' void. And the void likes to look back. That I knew too well.
The forget that kind of it. My it said he saw.
You did? I mean, he did?
He did. Came here but with some friends. He but this corner smelled really nice.
And all of a sudden, sadness.
What look on my Smith's vessel, no. They went with some little tricks I got very low. The pretty girls always pick him. But he's a trickster. Yes. We can see it in his eyes.
There was a spark of envy in his eyes, the sockets. Wait a minute. Is he competition for you?
Boss. It's not easy making a name as a freelance guy. He did this economy.
Did you take a look at the friends Lucy came with?
We, not really, boss. Money, there's nothing in the boy, you know. Not crooked like that.
Crooked? Wow. You're not a very inclusive guide, are you?
No. Elizabeth didn't mean it like that. He meant no crooked as in not leaning to that side.
Half past reset, Lucy and her friends allegedly passed through here. See anything?
Elizabeth remember seeing a puzzle being around there past midnight. No Nicky among them, though.
She definitely never left the pit. That's terrible news.
It's good news for your paycheck, moron.
Any idea where this good fella guy took Lucy and her pals?
It's with is inking.
3 dots.
Well, fellows, what is boasting about his wee eye beak at the end of temptation? Yano and Inferno. That's why, yes. Other guys so after that.
A private deal with the club. Huh. Interesting. Thanks, T-Sweat. See you later. It was a good talk. Never expected a decent lead from a mutated man-child fungus. But hey, this is the pit. Anything goes.
We know it's a bit fair, but my leads with requested that we ask you if you could give first a girl's photo.
Whoop whoop! Stranger danger! Stranger danger! Fucking weirdo. I knew it.
This photo is crucial to my investigation. Let's find Lucy first, and then I'll think about it. Deal?
My leads says he's sorry. Told him it was a stupid idea, but he made us ask.
Yeah, don't worry about it. He was cheerful again. Gnarly bastard was actually growing on me, and the feeling was clearly mutual.
Hey, boy, don't forget about my lead. He likes you.
You and pretty little girls. Remember that, Coops.
The pit harbors many meatheads who still consider themselves human, even as they're being devoured by implants and augs. I couldn't ignore the irony of a hideous creature like this one, whose attitude was more humane than all the rest combined. It was a gorgeous Vexter Nix Eclipse 3023. A real blast from the past. Abandoned to the mercy of rust. Nothing beats a good old manual.
Hell yeah! Your ride, your rules.
Not yet, baby. But soon. Oh, soon. Nix was still there, gorgeous as ever, waiting patiently. Not yet, baby. But soon. Oh, soon. You've seen one pair of bouncers, you've seen them all. Thugs, but with a functional brain, sharp manners, better clothes, and broad experience with every kind of bullshit. Gentlemen?
How may we help you?
I'd like to know more about the club. You guys look informative.
We look like guides too, bro. This isn't an information kiosk. We're busy, so scram.
Alright, guess I'll have to see for myself.
It doesn't work like that, broski.
Well, how does it work?
Every customer needs a working nin pass or a guide, ideally both. No exceptions.
Are there any other, options?
Nothing that we can't get inside for free.
Colorful imagination you got there. But you know what I meant.
Nin pass or a guide, no third way. Unless Xena herself vouches for you, I guess that will work.
Who's Xena?
Xena Chinky, our boss. What the hell, bro? You really never heard of the queen of the freaking underworld.
You learn something new every day. Couldn't be simpler. I need a guide to get inside. Or I could snoop around, improvise. Actually, your boss is expecting me.
One moment. Boss, some guy says he's here to meet with you.
Stand still, I'm scanning. Name.
Private Investigator John Cooper.
Ah, I see. No NIN, huh? Intriguing. I'm busy. Come back the day after tomorrow.
That doesn't work for me. I'm on an active investigation.
She hung up and put us on a timeout. We can't call back unless it's urgent.
I'm looking for...
This isn't an information kiosk. We're busy, so scram.
The pit's sprawless streets, alleys, and empty lots went silent, became irrelevant, forgotten along with the people who roamed them. But this place... Trash exploded from an insignificant alley to a popular meeting place with curb-to-curb fast food stands. They had every kind of cuisine imaginable, backed by the smells of exhausted frying oil, charred grills, and a waft of spices from every corner of Terrahive. Poetry. I could have eaten the whole place, awnings and all. Now here's a real professional. Jim is one of the better cooks at Trash. Specializes in shavap wraps, something of a trademark fast food in these parts. But he'll make you anything you want, if he feels like it. He's especially fond of shavap fried rice for some reason. He has an entire book dedicated to that one dish, and he treats it like it's the gospel. Hey, Jim! What's cooking?
Isn't that my favorite detective, Uncle Ghani?
Jim calls me uncle because I saved his neck from his wife, who hired me to bust him up for cheating. A pair of sad, tired eyes carefully studied the vast nothingness before them. Keeping her company were two brows of fried rice, cold and almost dried up, waiting for someone who hadn't returned. Excuse me, ma'am? Just trying her best not to die of hunger, or worse. That said, she seemed completely unresponsive. Nah, carry on. Here's what due process in the pit looked like in those days. A few laughable strips of yellow tape and a couple of shit-for-brains thugs pretending to be guards. Full stop.
Hey, another step closer, little man. This is crime scene.
Yeah, and this is our jurisdiction.
Jurisdiction.
That, yes. Fine work, colleague.
Fine indeed. I'm a private investigator. You guys mind answering some questions?
What? Look at the little man, acting all swaggy.
Haha, yeah, look at him. Fuck off, little man.
They even had authentic shiny badges. It was the end of days. Zaba and Schlop. Xena did a nice job of dressing up her doggies for the show. I'm here to take a look at the crime scene.
Nice try, Scav. Get lost before you join these pigs.
Yeah, fuck off, little man.
I'm not a scavenger. I'm a private investigator. We can help each other out.
You heard us. Fuck off.
Crap. Wait. Let me check with the boss first. Hey, boss. Zaba from Trash here. I have, Miss Xena. That you?
He was as nervous as a teenager on his first date.
I'm sorry, Miss Xena. I was expecting Diesel or...
Hi, Miss Xena.
Shut the fuck... No, everything's fine. It's just some random PI ask. Yes, Xena. Da. Yes, Xena. Thank you, Xena. Not going to happen, Detective.
Buzz off.
Fine. I'll be back. Keep up the good work, officers.
Fuck off, little man.
Examine ball sacks. No, for real though. Examine your ball sacks, people. You can thank me later.
I couldn't see much. The whole thing looked like a morbid monument to the lower classes' victory against the upper's oppression. A stick up the butt. It was as simple as that. Used to be a common hobby for many uppers, except this take was just a wee bit too liberal. But back in the age of the big daddies, the pit saw stuff like this on the reg. Barely a week would go by without some schmuck impaled on the streets and kept alive for days. A gruesome, morbid prolonging of death, and a severe punishment for what were often petty reasons. I wouldn't call this sloppy work, but I bet those bulls didn't survive the afternoon. Wait a minute. One of these bulls is short an arm. Judging by the socket, a cybernetic one.
Woo-wee! I would love to feel that sweet tech rubbing against my grip.
Scavs probably did a little shopping before the law arrived. I should at least try and find that arm, though. The Scray. Best watering hole in Terrahive. Quality service, organic alcohol, colorful faces, atmosphere, and zero tolerance for trouble. This joint has everything. Live music every other day. Damn, the place was always packed. Good old Malt knew what people needed.
And son, you break another mug for emphasizing reasons, I might have to take some precautions. And let me tell you, you ain't gonna like them. So, unless glass somehow doesn't fall under your dietary restrictions, I suggest you start behaving. We clear?
You're too soft on him.
Well, they are actual paying customers, John. Speaking of mugs, I see you got yourself some makeup. Who did you, son?
I had a date with Buzz.
It was long overdue. What happened?
Things heated up quickly and I had to wave the gun around a bit. I fired a warning shot, though.
Of course you did, you flaccid fucker.
Well, you always had a talent for delaying the inevitable.
Actually, my client made that problem disappear. Permanently.
Problems don't disappear, John. They either get solved or tucked away. Anyway, looks like you've had an eventful morning.
Hold on, Malt. That was just the beginning.
Oh?
Got a case, believe it or not.
Not another adultery, I hope.
It's a bit more complicated. An upper girl went missing after partying with friends. And it turns out she's valuable to the towers.
Hell, that calls for a toast. A real gig, I mean, not the missing girl.
I wasn't given a choice, to be honest. I wouldn't say no to a drink, though. Here's her picture. By the way, maybe they took a wrong turn and ended up in the scray.
Mighty optimistic of you to think that uppers suddenly grew some taste.
Ah, you know me. I'm a glass half full kind of guy. Those dead cops at Tresh. Thoughts?
That's some old school work, all right. But not old school enough.
Meaning?
Well, they dead, ain't they? If Big Daddy Vet did this, Bull Sex would still be screaming back there. Not many vets left on the streets, though.
Leaving us with what, then?
Well, it was either very sloppy work, or they were dead before they were put up there. News got there pretty quick, too. Someone could have been making a show.
I'm gonna need some fuel, Malt. 1 bottle's worth, to be exact. The, good stuff.
Cute. Already spending the front money, John?
My tab in the scray was laughably long. But now that I had a rich guardian upper, Malt was in for a shock.
Better question is, how's your liver?
Skip the lecture. I mostly needed to be my portable scray. You know, to limber up some tongues.
Mostly?
No, all right. I may indulge in a shot from time to time as a digestive.
Fine, but only because you caught yourself a case, finally.
Looking for a guide who goes by the name of Goodfellow. Heard of him? Mo went into deep search mode for a few long seconds. The man's a living database.
Ah, sounds like more of a nickname. Still doesn't ring a bell. What does he look like?
I actually forgot to ask. The guy who told me about him was a bit sketchy.
Or you're simply out of shape. Nothing wrong with that. Good look, John.
It's good to see you, boss.
You seem, well, resourceful. Know anyone who could get me to Inferno?
Boss, good fellow can. But he's a trickster, he is.
Yeah, anyone else maybe?
Listen, there is a peculiar reason behind the mileage becoming quite an art.
I'm, all ears, buddy. Just keep it brief.
Yeah. Well, some time ago, mileage was involved in a small mishap. Really massive, you know. Well, there's this chap. A certain guy was interested by the vessel. Now, the good news is.
Whoa! Are you telling me you ate a person?
I like him. I like him, Coops. I like him.
Absolutely not, boss. The vessel's dead. But please listen. The poor fellow was already dying. See, in other vessels like this one, sponges of sorts, the archive. You remember? Problem here. My lead slave was already in this vessel when it did the job. So you see, his memories are a bit wonky, scrambled.
And that's how you decided to become a guide?
Spot on, boss.
But, what does all that have to do with Inferno?
The good news. See, this bloke really knew his way around that club.
So you archived his routes?
Lithium, bars, cages, golf course, all the way up to VIP. But we need to snag a new guide license. Then we'll be good to go, boss.
Might have helped if you'd mentioned this earlier, you know.
My lead fit didn't know if he can trust you, boss. Not very clever to mention archiving a bloke to the wrong people, right?
Definitely not. Don't worry, I'll get you that license. Somehow. Stay close.
Alright, boss. My leads, we don't go anywhere.
Can you describe this good fella to me?
Boy, he is a handsome young lad, real charmer. Not much meat on him, though. And not very tall. Sports a fedora. What that will get from that.
That works. Thank you.
Time, boss.
Thanks, T-Sweat. See you later. Listen, there's a few more things I need to know.
Hey, the famous food critic is back. Fuck off, thank you.
Be seeing ya.
Hey, brother! My favorite customer. Want some wares?
Ever heard of a guy called Goodfellow?
Let me think. It rings a bell. I met a guy on a business trip with a funny name like that. You said Goodfellow, right? Or maybe it was Nice Fellow? Goofy Fellow? Anyway.
Yeah, great. Thanks for, wasting my time, brother.
Can I help you with anything else, brother?
I bet you could get a fresh guide license.
It depends. How quickly do you need it?
Now wouldn't be too soon.
Ha! Good one, brother. It takes over a week to make it legit. Maybe 3 days if you pay extra.
That's too far out. Never mind.
Can I help you with anything else, brother?
Does this sound familiar? Young, slim, average height, fancy clothes, fedora. A real charmer and a chick magnet, if you will.
Ah, Buck is a young indie guide and an old customer of mine. Really takes care of his looks.
And you're sure it's him? To keep the rain off, I guess.
Haha, good one, brother. He and we have a little deal. He brings me his best customers, and I give him clothes, perfume, whatever he needs. Yeah, he's a great guy, really making a name for himself.
I bet he is. Thanks, Guza. Any idea where I can find him?
He did mention living near the old coffee inn in the flats. Maybe ask there.
Nice. Thanks for the tip.
Can I help you with anything else, brother?
Later, Guza.
You know where to find me, brother. I assure you, you'll find no better deals anywhere in the pit. See you later.
It's pronounced Trafika, I think. A staple of the local economy. Everything and nothing in one spot. Cigarettes, magazines, comics, ice cream, and some not-so-legal antiques. Did you see an upper girl by the name of Lucy passing through?
Yeah, me know Lucy. Me favorite customer.
Seriously?
Yeah, man. She come every day, buy bubblegum ice cream. She got that sweet brown stand, big smile. Other stuff big as well. We might ask her out one day, you know?
I kept forgetting Lucy is a fairly common name. Yeah, good luck with that. You heard of a guy called Puck? Supposed to live nearby.
Never hear about that guy. Me bad with names anyways.
Damn. Dashing Dexter Casecracker is still going strong. Over 300 issues now.
Yeah, man. Them really be milking that multiverse thing, you know?
People actually believe this is, real ice cream?
You kidding, man? Salty caramel be me flagship.
Later.
Yes, man.
A real butcher shop with a real butcher, apron and all. But you'd never find any T-bones in there. I also see a familiar customer in your seat.
No irony here. With job like this, every day is full of fun, new opportunities.
That kind of enthusiasm was rare in the flats, and everywhere else for that matter.
Come, my skinny friend. Need some grade A mods, yes? I'll throw in a special discount just because it's such a beautiful day outside.
No need, I can see business is booming anyway. Wait, aren't you the big guy from earlier this morning?
Wait, don't shoot! I had to.
Don't push it, friend. There's still a few kinks to work out.
What's he doing here anyway?
Dimit is getting himself some sweet new reflex boosters. His sick skull just needs to get used to it. It may take a while. Anyway, how can we help you, Detective Cooper?
Cooper?
Yes, of course.
Do you happen to know how one goes about obtaining a guide license?
You've come to the right place, my friend. I can order one for you right now, and in just 3 to 6 days, poof, you got yourself a brand new license.
I don't have 3 to 6 hours, let alone days.
I'm sorry, but these things don't come from sludges, you know? They're pretty shady and risky too now that Chinkies are overseeing everything. It's dangerous for me even to be speaking to you right now.
Do you talk about illegality?
Absolutely not, my friend. I'm just helping the good detective here to solve an important case, right?
That's exactly right, buddy. He's a good, law-abiding fellow like that.
Ha! Goody good. Keep going, but quieter.
Now, if you somehow manage to find a used license, I'd be happy to crack it. At the friends and family rate, too.
Sure. Ever heard of a young guide called Puck?
I know a Puck. Good kid. Promising hustler, too.
Nice. Where can I find him?
His Popsold place near 88990. Right around the corner.
My head hurts.
Thanks. Take care of Dimitri before he fries himself. See you around, friend.
Seize the day, my friend.
Bye, Mr. Cooper.
Welcome to Coffee Inn, where your business is none of ours.
Normally, Coffee Inn would make my life harder. Safeguarding fugitives, bounties, outlaws, you name it. Absolute discretion was mandatory, which explained the extremely neutral, almost neutered look of the place.
Hello, Detective Cooper. Long time no see. What'll it be, hun?
You always had a good memory. Have you seen this upper girl around here?
Never. And if I had, I wouldn't tell you. The confidentiality of Coffee Inn's clients is the cornerstone of our business.
There it is, the line every PI loves to hear. Hey, Sal. I bet young bucks are swarming you every day.
I ain't complaining.
Do any of them go by the name Puck, perhaps?
Never seen him.
Sal won't say a word, handsome. You should know that. I, on the other hand, will do everything I can to run that pathetic piece of shit straight into the ground. That cheating son of a bitch's days are numbered. That's a fucking promise.
Damn, Coops. That's some real fine rage in her eyes.
Detective John Cooper. And you are?
Mila, nice to meet you. Sally, hun, 2 rakias, please.
Coming up.
It wouldn't be polite to refuse a drink from a lady.
What did that empty-headed fucker get himself into?
Whoa, slow down, Mila. Are there any details you'd like to share first?
Oh, I'll tell you everything you want to know. And more.
To cut the story short, she really did. Mila was a woman scorned. Met a guy, fell in love. Guy screwed her over with a young escort. Tale as old as time. But this is where things got a bit more unusual. When was the last time you saw him?
He was roaming around Trash with his little whore when that bullsex shit show kicked off.
Was it by any chance this girl? She glanced at Lucy's photo, but already knew the answer.
Nah, it was Kitty.
So, do you not like working girls, or?
I've got nothing but respect for the oldest profession. But I'm drunk enough, I'll call that kitty bitch a whore out of spite. She's a manipulator and an opportunist. Someone who could have been a friend, but turned out to be a slimeball.
Right. Let's get back to the events at Trish.
Yeah, so anyway, there I was, talking to Puck. Things got spicy, and the little bitch started having some regrets. She was eating breakfast with old Gertrude, and that's when the whole shit show blasted off into orbit. People were running and shouting. NIN defenders started spilling out alerts. Utensils were flying, and for a second I crossed paths with the 3 badass motherfuckers I've ever seen. I thought to myself, this is it, Mila. It's all over. I took cover behind a counter. The power went off. NIN's blacked out, and then nothing. No shooting or screams, just the stench of burning wires and meat.
A cyber attack? Couldn't be. Not against bullsec gear.
Anyway, after the blackout, I went to check if Puck was okay. Instead, I found Kitty, crying like the little bitch she is. And he was escorting her away from the scene like Prince fucking Charming. Didn't even stop to see if I was okay.
When did this happen?
Let me think. About 35 to 1, I'd say.
After what you've told me, I can't help thinking. I knew I was poking the hornet's nest, but I had to understand the full picture. How does an experienced lady like you let yourself get played by a kid in flashy clothes?
Experienced lady. Fuck you, detective. He's not some kid in flashy clothes. Puck is one of the cool kids. Capable, ambitious, always thinking ahead. He might have his schemes, but he's a decent guy. Not involved in any gang business like his dad Kriv used to be.
She painted a pretty picture, but still a blurry one. I didn't want to believe her, for some reason.
You get the idea.
Yeah, I think I do.
Then the idiot decides to let some girl scramble his brain and start making decisions with his cock.
I think I understand.
So you also had someone who let their guard down for you.
I did.
Men. Can't live with them, can shoot them execution style and dump their bodies in an empty parking lot. What else you want to know?
Nice view of that hellhole from here.
That's the only thing I hate about the Coffee Inn. I used to work there, you know.
Really? Do tell.
Well, I wasn't covering the top floors, of course, so there's not much to say. I promptly became a thorn in Xena's side and got kicked out.
What did you do?
Used my brain, I guess. That Chanky bitch couldn't manipulate me like the younger girls. Look through that window. There she is. Queen of the underworld, so-called. More like queen of the underpants.
Unfortunately, I need a way inside that place.
Ask my cheating dirtbag ex. He has a pass. Took me there a few times. That's how I got the job in the first place. I'm never setting foot in there again.
But all the security passes are now integrated with NIN, and I don't have one.
Another retro freak. Charming. But yeah, everything's stuffed into NIN these days. Puck used to have an old backup cartridge. Maybe it's still in the apartment.
That should work. Thanks. And you're 100% positive it wasn't Rose?
Why so morbid, detective? Where did you hear that?
From Granny herself.
Even if I was blind and deaf like Gertie, I'd know it wasn't Rose. Girl's been dead for more than 2 years.
She spilled some Rakisha to honor the dead. She wasn't lying, that's for sure.
She had an accident. Fell over a railing at Inferno. No body to salvage, so no Bion to plug her into. Rose and Kitty were close, maybe even best friends. After Rose disappeared and all Gertie went nuts, Kitty would visit her from time to time, pretending to be her daughter.
Out of compassion?
Or hunger, I don't know.
Couldn't Granny tell them apart?
At first, yes. She used to be a sharp lady. But now, not so much.
Conundrum solved. Thank you.
Let's drink to that. Later, detective.
A piece of shit office in a piece of shit neighborhood. Nothing strange about that. The owner's familiar face, however. Now that was a surprise.
Don't be shy, Johnny boy. Come on in.
I'm not shy, Buzz. I just thought this place was a scav's nest at first.
Always a fucking charmer, ain't ya? Still shooting blanks, eh?
Okay. You just broke your personal best in testing my patience.
You deserve it, Coops. You deserve all the roast.
Come on! I'm just having a laugh. I knew you wouldn't blast your old pal Buzz. Thanks to your upper skag, I'm fucking minted now! See this lovely bag of credit packs?
Yeah. I'm glad to see we got our hands on that upper honeypot.
We should nick everything we can from those fuckers. Anyway, how can old Buzz be of service, Johnny boy?
Have you seen an upper girl around here? This is her photo.
Nice. Can't say I've had the pleasure.
Damn it, Buzz, she's only a kid.
They grow up so fast nowadays. That chinky bird, Xena? Bless her soul. Finally someone with actual balls is sorting out this fucking shithole so decent folks like me can make a proper living.
Damn, are you her PR rep or something?
Nah, she'd blast me before I even opened my gob.
Later, Buzz. Eat it, Zos. Shoulda guessed. He always had a knack for wordplay. The sign read, Eat it, Zos, but it had a second meaning. Eat Zo's code. It was dumb and quirky, but it made me smile to see that Zo still had his sense of humor. Then the shivers hit me. I could feel his stare right through the security camera. Too late to back off. Zo used to be my guy in the chair part of the team. Tech, weirdo, hacker, friggin' savant, and the voice of reason, a lot of the time.
Yes?
Hey, is Zo here?
In a way, yes.
What do you mean, in a way?
Been a long time, John Cooper.
I wasn't there for him when he needed me most. He looked up to me. Maybe even considered me a father figure.
I didn't think anything would surprise me, but you're a delivery boy now.
It's an elaborate revenge prank set up by our friend Jim. I decided to play along.
Well, that was refreshingly honest.
I caught a big one, Zo. Big client, bigger payment. Could be a game changer. I could use your...
John, hold up. Let me stop you right there. I'm out. I don't care.
It's not just about the creds. You could save a life. An upper girl is missing and...
Am I hearing this correctly? After everything, it's some upper bitch that got you out of that moldy cave?
I forgot just how much Joe hates uppers. I've forgotten so many things.
Damn. Carm would piss herself laughing.
It's just a case. I'm getting back into the game, simple as that.
So stop acting like an entitled, self-proclaimed protagonist and take a look at the world like an actual human being. I was unemployed for a year, John. Ended up eating scraps from trash. I had to sleep on the street. All because this hotshot PI was depressed and flushed all his friends down the shitter.
I'm sorry, Zo. I never flushed you. I was just in a bad place. You know that.
And the whole world had to stop spinning, right?
Zo...
We were all in a bad place. You just wanted to be in a bad place by yourself.
Can we at least talk?
I still don't want to talk about your upper bitch.
Duly noted. Ever seen a guy by the name of Puck? He lives close by.
Don't care.
I really ought to fill you in about this missing girl, just in case.
I said I don't want anything to do with your damn case.
Those dead upper cops at Tresh. What a mess.
Don't care.
So, how are you these days? I see you're not alone.
I'll never be alone again. But thanks for asking, I guess. It was tough, but now I have a group of people.
Found yourself a tech cult?
Not a cult. It's a bit too complicated for you to understand.
I understand enough already. You found your people.
It's liberating, in ways I never imagined.
See ya, Zoe.
Who knows?
It can't be that easy. Well, what do you know? For once it is. Place seemed to be empty. It was a much-needed break from the fake smiles and nerve-wracking courtesy. Neatly folded clothes. So neatly folded, in fact, it didn't take a genius to see that something was missing. A few t-shirts, jacket, pair of shoes, and an empty space for something squarish and bulky, like a mixing box or suitcase. A gray, scruffy, long-haired cat was perched atop the cabinet, perfectly motionless. Good kitty. Ever vigilant, aren't you, buddy? Huh. Nothing. You're still breathing, though. I just need to find out how. It looked like some twisted kind of taxidermy. Maybe it's just really old. There are few things as sad as watching an old animal slowly shutting down. I should take a closer look at this thing. I picked the cat up to examine it more closely. Damn, you're a chunky boy. Or girl. Let's find out. Its fur is thick but matted from neglect. Huh. No reproductive organs. So, dignity retained, I guess. The creature remained more or less fixed in the same pose while I turned it over in my hands. The real surprise was hiding under its tail. Is that a port? Why would anyone... I've got to turn this thing on. 2 bunk beds, the top one just a mattress. No sheets. There's a blank, rectangular space among the neatly stacked clothes on the lower bunk. Was it a suitcase? No toothpaste, no toothbrush. Other than that, everything seems normal. There wasn't anything new in the apartment. Hey, Zoe?
What?
See ya, Zoe.
Who knows?
Johnny boy?
Anything I should know about these techies?
It's some weird commune or cult or whatever. I only caught a glimpse of their joint. Million fucking wires, screens, fans. The power bill would give you the sweats. But they pay on time, unlike some other blokes I know.
Funny man. Later, Buzz.